It was surprisingly late this time. I have to say I'm actually a bit worried. The translation of Dr. Stone took a very huge time, but the first, rankings of the first volume has been released. I don't recall which ranking Dr. Stone was, but I know it wasn't 10th, maybe 15th, but at least it was in the ranking, which is a good sign. In fact, it together with Robot X Laserman was also. And this chapter, well, is actually one of the first chapter that really, although it doesn't really hit the emotionality that quickly, it has a surprisingly touching tone to it. Of course, the first half is just comedy. As Senku, yes, this is me by the way, the Angry Anime Fan, the Despair Reviewer, and bringing you chapter 19 of Dr. Stone. And what I was going to say is Senku enters the hut of Chrome after finally defeating him, and he sees that Chrome has collected a lot of different minerals over his many years. And the two guys, yeah, like that, just totally geek out. I guess we could call this prehistoric geek out, right? Yeah, I know that's an incredibly lame pun, but hey, I said it many times before and I say it again. These primitive people, they are primitive in knowledge, not in personality. In fact, how Kohaku react is basically just how a girl in anime reacts to boys fan something she doesn't understand. Like, these are just ordinary rocks. And yeah, Senku sees all many different rocks, all from malachite, chalalite, and cordorum, and also galena and some lead. It's also revealed that the silver guy, Kin, collected bugs, but he gets scared by them. So Kohaku decides to leave the two guys as she escorts her hot water towards her elder sister. Elsewhere, Senku then finds something he calls Philosopher's Stone, which confuses me. The Philosopher's Stone is just a myth. Are you telling me it actually was a mineral? Or maybe he's just using that as a anagram, because after all, he does say it popped up in Dragon Quest, a famous game in Japan. So he applied this stone with in order for it to become liquid metal and mercury. He then melted down the gold dust and covered the spear with which together with Ginru, which means golden wolf, by the way. He coated this dust in Ginro's spear and then let it burn until it was done. And he basically coated it with a silver goo and created a golden spear. The reason he did that is because, well, as he says that Ginro means golden wolf, so he thought it would be special. At first, Ginro is something like, this won't affect him. Turns out he's the serious guy for all with rules. But then he suddenly looks at the spear and daydreams himself as a warrior with that spear. So it's kind of funny. He says that it's done. So yeah, Senku and Chrome have already become good friends. As the silver guy, Gin something, I don't think it was Ginro, wonders if he can make a silver spear. I think he can, but I don't know if they have materials. Later on, uh, Senku sees many different plants and herbs Kuroma has collected, which is, according to him, medicine. And Chrome, for the first time, shows a very melancholic face and reveals that he has tried to test on them, but he didn't know if it would work because he wants to heal Ruri's illness. Ruri, which is Kohaku's elder sister. As Kohaku told before, her sister is sick. We do not know why it is like that. I suspected it was because she suffered from a kind of personality disorder, but no, maybe she is not. Not so sure what it is though. It doesn't look like a cold, but maybe it's a very small one. We see Ruri for the first time. Let me tell you, she looks beautiful. If there's one thing I like, if there's one thing I definitely like about this manga, it's the art. I mean, I know the artist and the story story writer are not the same person. peop ugh, person. But I gotta say, I really like this artist drawing the ladies. It looks so beautiful. And it revealed that Ruri is the high priest of this village. And normally, Kohaku always deliver more than one hot water. As Ruri later asks her two protectors, which is Jasper and Turkus. I mean, one of those look like a woman. I don't know if it's Turkus or something, but maybe it's not a girl. Maybe it's just a very boyish looking man. Ruri says she wants to talk with her sister alone. As the two of them leave, Ruri just approaches her sister and holds her head in an affectionate manner, revealing she realizes that something had happened to Kuhaku. Because Kuhaku didn't tell why she only brought one barrel. She brought one barrel because she got hurt and was stuck under a tree. So, but her sister Ruri saw through that because she could see that Kuhaku's not had changed. And we see Ruri's sickness, which is heavy coughing, very heavy coughing. So yeah, what kind of sickness she has? It apparently is not a personality disorder as I thought it was, nor is it pregnancy. No, it's probably something more a little bit serious. Or maybe it's not serious, it's just serious for the Stone Age people, because after all, they do not have the medicine to combat that. Coughing, huh? Hot water. Hmm. Is this probably just a common cold? Who knows? But Ruri believes she doesn't have a lot time left, and Chrome wonders if there is any way to save Ruri. But Senku says he needs to see her in order to see. But the cure to cure everything that is, we don't have everything. So instead, he begins to tell to the amazed Crow about his ancestors' past, about every single thing, on how they used to fly from continent to continent, that nature wasn't around us all, that big buildings existed. He got so amazed when he hear flying machines, people standing on moon, having replacements for their limbs. In fact, it is so emotional for him that he begins to cry. And that's when he says the line, "I'm not crying. No, I am. I am bawling my eyes out." Surprisingly, the primitive Chrome is not taking this with a very big shock. He's taking this with a very big sadness because he wants to kill the one who petrified everyone else. Be, be, say what you want about Chrome with his sorcerer science, but it's clear that he has always been a very passionate man about that. And he was, if he was born in the 3,070 years ago, I mean, very very long time ago, then he would have been like Senku, a guy experimenting with many things, because he felt like that past was amazing, very unlike any other, which I feel is a very good writing. Normally, primitive people would just panic and say that's no way that it's true, but Chrome believed it to the very depths of his heart. Although a little, he laments the fact that everything that humanity had created is now lost at that time. His human ancestors, everything they created, is gone because everything was petrified. In a way, I agree with him, but I also do not agree with him. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to be petrified and be stuck in limbo and perhaps dying, and then let the world age as it's always aged. But if I think about it, sometimes the world will be better without humans, because then nature will grow. Still, it's pretty sad, yes, that humanity all stuck like that. But Senku reassures him that through him and through Chrome, there is a way to rebuild the world. I mean, I don't know it. There are only two people. Maybe they need to find other recruits that are just like them. But they will rebuild the science place, and Chrome volunteers definitely to do that, but also to find a cure for Ruri. Maybe he has a crush on Ruri's or really is someone special to her. Either way, it was basically one of those chapters of a little bit more comedy and heartwarming moments. Again, Ruri, which is Kohaku's sister, she had a beautiful design, and I really liked it. And Chrome's character, at the beginning, he was just an arrogant, over-the-top guy, but now he does have some heavy emotions inside of himself. So all in all, I like this chapter, but you can give me your thoughts if you have any.